So, over the years, I have had a reoccurring series on this channel called Mythbusting Mondays, which then evolved to Mythbusting Monthlies and pretty much just fell off the face of the earth for a little bit. And if you're an old school viewer, I mean back in like 2020 days, you would know about this series. I believe it's now time to bring that series back. Originally, I stopped making videos because there was not much to cover. Pretty much every myth that was thought of was already busted in a previous video, but it's years later, it's a completely different game, and I figured, hey, let's bring it back. We're going to resurface it. So without further ado, this is Mythbusting Monthly. So the way this goes is you guys watching the video will comment down below what myths you want to see me bust, and then I'll go ahead and get to it and release it for you guys to watch. So if you want to get involved in the next episode of Mythbusting Monthly and maybe earn yourself a plunder pass in the process, feel free to comment some myths down below, and if they're featured, reach out to me and I'll get you a plunder pass. Let's get into it. So the first myth of today's video is pretty simple, but one that I've heard quite a lot, and the myth in question raised by Skrill, one of my mods, may I add, and a long-time helper of the channel and the Mythbusting series as a whole. Skrill asks, a myth I listen to people argue over in Discord for 30 minutes, do repaired holes increase in size when hit again, or is it completely random? So I ended up jumping into a game and finding some of my friends in the same server and said, hey, come on over and shoot my boat. I want to test something. So as you can see here, the brig in question has shot a tier 3 hole into my sloop. At this moment, I told him to cease fire, repaired the hole, and got him to shoot again. Upon cracking the boat, the hole went to a tier 1, fixing that tier 3 automatically and resetting it altogether. But then I thought, hey, let's give it the benefit of the doubt. Maybe it's random. Let's go ahead and do it again. The exact same test under the exact same situation, and we found that yet again, the hole returned to a tier 1. Still not being satisfied, over the course of my streams for the previous week just gone, I was sort of keeping a mental note whether or not a tier 3 was cracked and reopened if it went to a tier 3, and I can confirm in every single situation, on every single size of the boat, if a tier 3 is cracked open and repaired, it will always go back to a tier 1. Hopefully, that settles the long-heated debate in the Sea of Thieves community. And without further ado, let's move on to the next one. So, being less of a myth and more of a statement, Shank Tank from my stream said, hey Synn, did you know that you can dock a rowboat on the sovereign dock? And, well, this is pretty much what happened. So, although this isn't a myth, it's pretty much on the same page and something I find quite interesting. So, the Shank Tank came into my chat on Twitch and said, hey Synn, did you know that you can dock a rowboat at the sovereign dock? And honestly, I did not know that up until he mentioned that comment in my chat. And I thought, hey, I'm just going to put it in the video because why not? First of all, what I should let you know, when you go to a sovereign area, you're looking for this. You want to look for the board with the oars and the weird little flags that hang over it. Once you found them, that is the spot where you can dock your rowboats. So, pretty simple. I mean, it's the same mechanic as docking a rowboat anywhere else. You just literally just want to roll on up to it. And then boom, your rowboat's docked. But yeah, I thought that was interesting, well worthy of a Mythbusting feature. But yeah, you can indeed dock a rowboat at Sovereign's tents. Next one. On the same note too, if you don't want to leave a comment down on the video below, you can head to my Discord, the link is in the description, locate the Mythbusting myth section, and post your myth in there. They'll still be featured, and if you get involved in one of these videos, you'll likely find yourself a plunder pass too, so don't miss out, feel free to partake, and let's get in to the final myth of today's video. So, the final question of today's Mythbusting video comes from Nathan, and Nathan asks, can you get to the shores of gold with a rowboat and no shroud breaker? And look, hey, even though I pretty much knew the answer, I tested it anyway, and unsurprisingly, the boat did sink to the depths of the ocean pretty much as soon as I rode into the Red Sea. So I thought, hey, let's go around, try it again, but head to the shores of gold and put down the shroud breaker tool tail. The boat can get through, so hey, maybe the rowboat can get through on its own if you do have a shroud breaker equipped. So after putting down that shroud breaker and heading back to the border of the shores of gold, I pulled the boat just inside of the Red Sea, dropped the rowboat, and, well, it broke instantly. But hey, nothing ventured, nothing gained, right? So Hopefully that answers your question. It seems the only way you can get into the shores of gold is if the vessel that you're on, whether it be a rowboat or a ship or whatever, has that shroud breaker attached. If the shroud breaker is not attached, your vessel will not make it into the shores of gold. However, if you do want to bring a rowboat into the shores of gold, just attach it to your boat that has the shroud breaker already equipped, and well, there you go. That's the way to bring the rowboat into the shores of gold. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Leave your myths down below in the comment section for a chance to win a plunder pass, or in my Discord. Links in the description. Much love. Have a good day. Have a good night. Have a good evening, whatever it is, wherever you are around the world. Stay groovy. Goodbye for now, and I'll catch you in the next video or over on Twitch. See you later.